All right, everybody. What's up? Welcome to the show. Good morning. Sunday, October 19th, week 7. Here we go. And we are live until 9:30 a.m. Eastern, getting you ready for, for everything. Obviously, starting with the London game, but also what am I going to do about my Bucs wide receivers and this and that. And let's get to it. Also, what are we going to do about the weather, Dave? Bring an umbrella. And they should make the equivalent of an umbrella for wind, something that you can hold that blocks the wind, because that could be a problem in Cleveland and Chicago, right?
Yes, there's definitely weather issues there. There are also some weather issues in London and Nashville and New Jersey. It's going to be a fun day looking at all the weather situations and figuring out what does it mean for our fantasy teams. We need to know which players to get away from or not. As of now, I have some thoughts. Let's just start with the easy ones. If you've got a kicker playing in Chicago, if you have a kicker playing in Cleveland, I would probably get away from those kickers right away. I've got to look into New Jersey, Tennessee, and London a little bit more, but I think London will be okay if you're using Josh Carty or Cam Little.
Okay. What about anyone else? Are we downgrading anyone else in these games?
Okay. So the two main weather factors that we'll talk about for any of these games are going to be wind and rain. And rain is never a factor unless it's a torrential downpour, in which case that impacts vision. It'll make for a sloppy field. Think about it. We've all been outside when it's raining really heavily and it's splashy everywhere. And if you're playing football in that, it definitely makes it hard. But if it's a moderate rain or a light rain, it's really not a big deal. The players don't care about that. Maybe the ball's a little bit slippery, but other than that, that's not a big deal. Wind is the bigger deal. And when you see winds north of 15 miles an hour, that's when you have to take into consideration, well, what does that mean when the ball is hanging in the air? And so for field goals, that could send the ball outside of the goalpost. For deep throws, that can send a ball off target. But on short throws, especially if the quarterback has a strong arm, it doesn't really matter that much. And I don't think there's any location where there's going to be like 40 or 50 mile an hour winds. I know there was talk about that in Cleveland earlier in the week. It looks like it's not going to be that bad for the game. I can go into each game one by one if you want, and we can discuss it.
No, I mean, that's okay, because we got so much to talk about. But, I mean, look, Harold Fannin Jr., good morning, Jamey. How are we?
Morning.
What's up, dude?
Harold Fannin Jr. is obviously a huge waiver wire guy, and Jalen Waddle's a must-start guy. And you talk about quarterbacks with strong arms. We don't really have that in Miami, Cleveland. Anyway, yeah, I mean, like, Jamey, did you downgrade anybody in the Miami, Cleveland, or Bears-Saints game?
No. But I kind of went into, we heard early in the week about the weather in Cleveland, so I kind of ranked it appropriately as such, and nothing for Chicago, no.
All right.
I haven't done it yet, but I'm going to downgrade the kickers. I might downgrade Waddle just a tad. And I might downgrade Judy a tad too, although he's not going to get a ton of like downfield throws. It's just not what.
Right. That's not what really these guys do.
Yeah. Yeah. So, they don't. The Miami Cleveland guys don't. I mean, Caleb Williams will. Rattler will not. So, but rarely.
Tua will take some deep shots. There's no question he would.
He will.
I don't know how much time he'll have to take them, but.
And as Heath mentioned,
Heath
referenced the stat I gave about Darren Waller. Darren Waller has the highest ADOT among tight ends. So that could change. He only has 12 targets on the season, I believe. Okay. The big thing is the wide receivers here, because the latest. And Josh Jacobs. Josh Jacobs is genuinely questionable. He's got the 425 game. I have Emmanuel Wilson on 3 teams right now, I believe, and I will start him on every one of them if Josh Jacobs is ruled out. But what you have to do is you have to find a late guy, right? Like I just rearranged one lineup where I changed Stephon Diggs to wide receiver and Keenan Allen to flex.
Yep.
So, because you have to be able to have a guy at the flex spot.
Hey, that's an interesting one, because you would probably play Allen over Diggs, right?
They're about the same with Quentin.
Okay, so you value them same. That makes sense.
Yeah,
I did the same thing where I was planning to play Tutu Atwell. It's a 16-team league, and I have Wilson on the bench, and I'm playing 2 tight ends right now. So I put Evan Ingram in over Atwell, and it's kind of an Ingram-Wilson combo.
Right. Okay. So give yourself a little roster flexibility so you can start Emmanuel Wilson.
And the nice thing about it is we have Sunday night game, 2 Monday night games, all the 4 o'clock games as normal. Yeah. Like, you should have options to manage that as best you can.
And I see all the questions. Obviously, we'll get to them shortly. We're just going to go over the headlines here. Dave, and then Jamey, where would you rank Emmanuel Wilson if Josh Jacobs were out?
He'd be a top 24 running back for sure. Looking through my rankings now, he could be in that range, like right around running back 20, 21. Yeah, if there's no Josh Jacobs, you've got to figure he's got a better chance to put up numbers compared to Kamani Vidal against Indianapolis.
He would be RB 17, because I would start him ahead of Scadaboo, I'd start him ahead of Dowdle, I'd start him ahead of Dobbins, start him ahead of Vidal, Travis Etienne.
Wow, how far did you move Dowdle down?
19th.
Wow, I've got Dowdle at 16, so I'm not that far away from you, but I still think he's going to be a rock solid number 2 fantasy running back.
Yeah, so I mean, I like Jordan Mason better. I think it's a better opportunity for him. I like DeAndre Swift better. I like
Swift better too. Yep.
Okay.
I don't like Scadaboo better.
So, what are your thoughts on the replacement wide receivers now with Ibuka? Probably not going to play, I guess, but not being ruled out.
Yeah.
Dave, what are your who are the wide receivers? And obviously the Commanders, both guys being out. What do you think?
Well, where do you want to start?
I mean,
There's a lot to get to.
If all of them, if everyone on the Rams, the Titans, the Bucks, like all these guys were available, who am I forgetting? Marvin Harrison Jr. is going to play, so let's eliminate that
right.
one.
And he would be at the top of the list anyway. Evans is at the top of the list.
No, I don't mean that. I mean the
replacement guys. Yeah, I don't know how you can trust Tez Johnson, Cameron Johnson, Sterling Shepard if Ibuka is going to play. Maybe he only plays part of the time. I don't know how healthy he is after he was supposed to miss like at least a couple of weeks, and now suddenly he has a chance to play. So I don't know. If you're planning on starting Ibuka, you need a backup option, and you can't have normal expectations for Ibuka. After that, I like the Rams guys. I like Atwell more non-PPR than full PPR, Whittington in full PPR. I would take McCaffrey as my favorite Commanders receiver because he's got the same size as Chris Moore, but he gets open a lot easier than Chris Moore does. They're both going to play a lot. They're both going to be Moore might be the better floor play in full PPR, but McCaffrey has more upside, and he's just shown us that over the course of the season. He's got a knack for making plays. And Jalen Lane would be behind both of them. Who am I forgetting? I think that's it. Rams, Bucks, Commanders, receivers.
Titans.
Who cares about the Titans receivers, Adam?
Oh, come on. And the Jets. I keep forgetting about Josh
Who cares
Reynolds.
about the Jets receivers, Adam?
No, come on.
Josh Reynolds would be behind. He'd be behind Chris McCaffrey and Moore. I
have it right now as. So we're going. Kyle Manor is my favorite of the replacement options. Shepard would be second still, just because I think his role is not going to change no matter what happens there. Then I have the two Commanders. I'm sorry. Then I have Atwell. Then the two Commanders guys. No, I lied to you. I'm sorry. It's Shepard's my favorite in PPR. Shepard 1, Io Manor 2, Atwell 3, the two Commanders guys, McCaffrey ahead of Moore, then Josh Reynolds, then Jordan Whittington, and then the Bucks guys. The non-Shepard Bucks guys.
Yeah, and someone said, did I hear you say Emeka Ibuka might play?
You did.
Probably not, but he did practice. They're calling him a game-time decision. And for the record, Mike Evans is also not exactly a sure thing to play.
No, but there's reports saying that he will.
Yeah, so he's
the easiest thing to do is if you have a roster spot and you have Ibuka and one of the Johnsons is available or Shepard's available, just wait out Monday.
Yeah.
That's
all right.
Smart, yeah.
Let's get to it here. May or Love? 4 point.
Drake May.
All right, how about this one? Jordan Love, because I know you'd say May. Jordan Love or Jaden Daniels now that both of the receivers are out?
Still Daniels. But I did move Daniels. He was my number 2 quarterback this week. And then once Debo went out, I lost my nerve. And now he's like 9, 10, somewhere in there.
He's 9 for me. He was 3rd. Now he's 9.
Yeah, I wish we could predict the targets because obviously they're playing the Cowboys. You don't want to sit guys against the Cowboys, but I wonder where is Zach Ertz? Did Zach Ertz rocket up your rankings?
He did. He's a top 10 tight end, kind of a must-start type of tight end for me.
No Josh Downs, so Judy, Alec Pierce, or Travis Hunter, PPR?
Judy for me.
Judy as of now.
Lawrence or Darnold?
Darnold.
I will take Darnold, but it's close.
Is it worth waiting for Mike Evans Monday over Kendrick Bourne? I would have to pivot to Otten or Tez Johnson if he doesn't play.
Yeah.
I don't
look.
Yeah, go ahead, Jamey.
No, Bourne's fine. I mean, look, I don't think that there's, with whatever Evans may be, obviously you want pieces of that game, and clearly when he's right, he's much better than Kendrick Bourne, at least should be. But this is still a great opportunity for Bourne. The only concern would be is, now Kittle's back.
It's not just that; it's a difficult matchup. The Falcons' defense
That's true.
proven to be really good, and the Lions' matchup for this week, it might be the most favorable matchup for any wide receiver because the entire secondary for Detroit will be backups, and it's just a huge opportunity. I know it's Mike Evans' first game back. I know he's not a burner anymore, but he's still going to get looks. I kind of love Mike Evans this week.
Yeah, I'm gonna pivot. Wait out the Bucs situation.
Yeah. Let me say this.
I do like Bourne, though. I do like Bourne. Go ahead, Adam.
Yeah. Me?
You're Adam.
Yeah. No, well, Kittle's back and that's great for Kittle. It's not good for Bourne. Jennings off the injury report, but 5 broken ribs, whatever. Jake Tongas had 18 targets over the last 2 weeks. So it's not like they were getting nothing from their tight ends and Bourne was getting all the targets. They're still throwing 40 times a game. And Tongas had 2 good games, and Bourne had 142 yards in each game or something like that. So that made me a little more confident in Bourne, but obviously I'd much rather start Evans. Here's Sam Laporta or Kendrick Bourne.
I might go Bourne there.
I'd go Bourne.
Someone, I got to give credit, it was on ESPN. Someone mentioned that the Servassier Dennis, I believe,
linebacker
has been the worst coverage linebacker.
He's been that way for years. Yep.
And
does he even play in pass down situations though?
Well, he has been, and the thought was that Laporta would take advantage of that. But what'd you guys say? You said Bourne?
Yeah.
Okay. Golden or Addison PPR, and does Jacob's status change this?
It's Addison,
but it's close.
Oh, did we do this Waller or Ertz? I don't think we did this.
We didn't.
Ertz
I've got Waller higher. I don't know how good I feel about it though.
Yeah, I've dropped Waller significantly. Ertz over Waller.
Well, you dropped Waller because of the weather?
No, but also because of the matchup.
Okay.
He's not getting a lot of targets.
Feels safer in PPR. Ertz. I'm going to go Ertz. Give me Ertz.
Quentin Johnston or Kendrick Bourne?
QJ.
Quentin Johnson.
Brian Thomas Jr., George Pickens, DeAndre Swift, Jordan Mason. Pick 2 of them.
Oh, my goodness. Knee-jerk reaction is the wide receivers. Is it PPR, Adam?
I don't know.
Well, I would go Pickens and Mason.
Yeah, so Swift is expected to play, by the way. He's questionable, but he's expected to play.
He said he was going to play, right?
Kendrick Bourne or Teteroa McMillan? Oh, tough one.
Bourne for me.
I believe I have McMillan higher.
Teteroa McMillan or Jordan Addison?
Addison.
I would go with Addison.
All right. How about, what do you guys think of the what's their name? Carolina Panthers, their backfield.
I still like Rico quite a bit. We just done talking about him. I think we agree that he's a top 20 running back. Chuba, first game back, I would imagine limited reps. Don't feel confident starting him unless you're absolutely desperate.
I think Chuba is a flex, just given the matchup, and Dowdle is still a number 2 running back. But you have to downgrade Dowdle no matter what, just with the potential of Chuba getting more work to whatever degree that may be.
I mean, how much work was Dowdle losing without Chuba there? It wasn't very much. He was dominating. He had 200 yards each game.
Right. That's not going to be the case.
No, I think you've got to slice off at least 20% of the attempts. And then you've got to figure in that the matchup won't be, a slam dunk. So he's not going to average 10 yards a carry or whatever he was doing. So yeah, he'll still be, I think we've got him ranked just right. I think he's still going to be a number 2 running back. I would be shocked if Dowdle and Chuba were even close to 50-50 in terms of carries. I'd be shocked after what we've seen.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Shocked.
I wish I would start Emmanuel Wilson over Dowdle if we knew, that Jacobs were out, but we probably won't. And I have both of them in a lot of leagues. I
don't know if I would do that.
I would.
There was a story I believe this morning about them talking about how they're going to make this work and maybe playing both of them at the same time.
Oh, we'll see that for sure. But just that might be 5 plays in the whole game.
I hate when that happens. It's only one of them is going to get the ball. They both.
It's not for fantasy. It's great for the team
so Schefter tweeted this. I'll see if it's a story from him or one of the. Yeah, he wrote it. So, or his byline. Panthers recently have spent time studying, inquiring about how other teams with productive running back tandems have juggled the workload between the two backs. League sources told ESPN. Panthers looked how the Lions have done it, how the Seahawks have done it, and their current plan is to use both Dowdle and Hubbard, who will return Sunday against the Jets. Canales declined to say which back would start or be featured Sunday as the Panthers seek their third straight win. So
please, fantasy gods, do not have the Panthers copy the Seahawks.
Yeah.
Because that's the last thing we want is another Seahawks situation where the better running back is losing out on high-value touches. That would be extremely annoying.
Yeah. Clint Kubiak said they want to get Walker more touches in Seattle. But he also kind of said that they still like Charbonnet.
Right.
So this is a tough one here. Emmanuel Wilson or Jordan Whittington?
If it's full PPR, I'd go Whittington and not take the risk of having a backup running back.
I'd go the exact opposite way and find somebody else instead of Whittington and wait out Wilson.
Right. Drop Whittington, pick up.
But who are you picking up?
These guys are the Chris Moore's, Luke McCaffrey's, Sterling Shepard. These guys are all.
They're not far off from Whittington. That's fair. It's not like
available.
It's going to be amazing.
I would start them over Whittington anyway.
Although I guess you can't do the Commanders guys because if you want to wait out Wilson, that's a 1:00 game. So you got to do the Monday guys or what's the schedule? Sorry.
I'm looking right. The Commanders play at 4:25.
They do? I'm sorry. Then that's perfect. Yeah. My bad. All right. Next question is, let's see. We need a flex option. Jalen Lane, Mason Taylor, Tutu Atwell, Tetaroa McMillan, or Isaiah Pacheco?
McMillan.
I would go with Mason Taylor.
Would you start Darren Waller over Mike Evans?
No.
I don't want
to. Pick 2. Kamara, McConkey, McMillan, Vidal, or Jamo?
I'd play the Chargers.
I like McConkey for sure. And probably Vidal. I'm with you.
All right. Good. You have good options. Remember the person who was like, hey, should I start?
Yeah, I've got Jalen Lane and Zay Jones.
See, this one feels like an easy one here. You got to go Vidal over Chris Moore.
I agree.
Right?
Yeah.
You're lucky. You got Kamani Vidal. Congratulations.
Look how sad he is, though.
Is he sad, Michael Reed?
Picture of him? Look at him. He's like head down. He's like, dude, look at these are my options. I don't have anybody good.
I don't know. He kind of looks like he's about to surprise. He's about to throw off the hat, right? Throw it right in your stupid face and just start rap battling. He looks like he's ready. All right, Saquon, Kamara, Judkins, or JCM. We need 2.
Judkins is a must. I would take Saquon over Bill.
I will take Judkins and Krosky Merritt.
Whittington or Tutu Atwell?
Tutu for me.
If it's full PPR, I'll take Whittington. If it's not, I'll take Tutu.
Yeah, give me Tutu. Much more upside.
Luke Otten.
6'6".
Luke Otten, Emmanuel Wilson. All right, Luke McCaffrey, Kate Otten, Emmanuel Wilson.
Okay, that's just easy. You just wait out Wilson. Yeah. Wilson's the easy one. If Wilson's so I guess the question would be let's assume Josh Jacobs plays, so Wilson's out of the question. Then do you play the sure thing of Luke McCaffrey's playing time, or take the risk of I don't want to play Otten if Ibuka plays?
I want to start the guy that's playing the Cowboys.
Okay,
but not if I can get the running back playing the Cardinals.
No, Wilson's the obvious one if there's no Josh Jacobs. What I'm saying is if there is Jacobs playing, Do you wait out Otten knowing that Ibuka could play, or do you take McCaffrey knowing that there's the guy playing the Cowboys?
The move
Because
I
in the
would
case
make
of
would
Otten,
be,
if there's a scenario where both Evans and Ibuka don't play, then Otten is a monster.
I agree, but I think Evans is going to play, and I think Ibuka's got a shot, and that's enough for me to. If I'm stuck with these guys, I can't make a move, then McCaffrey's the pick.
Okay.
I might also look to see who else is out on the waiver wire that might be better than Otten anyway, and compare that person versus McCaffrey.
All right. Let's go full PPR. Michael Carter, Alec Pierce, Chris Moore, Josh Reynolds. We should definitely have a hashtag week 7 for some of these questions. Michael Carter.
I'm that guy who's down in the dumps because these are my options.
Yeah.
And fantasy is sad now.
Oh, man. I think I'd go with Josh Reynolds.
I'll go Chris Moore.
I'm going to go Moore.
Yeah, he's playing
hashtag Cowboys matchup.
Start Jalen Waddle in bad weather or wait for Mike Evans?
Waddle in the weather.
I would wait for Evans if you could find somebody else to pair with
him. Pardon me one moment here.
What's the matter?
Luke McCaffrey or Tony Pollard?
Oof.
What's the format? I don't even know if I care what the format is. PPR, I'd go McCaffrey easily, and I might do it in non-PPR too. I'm excited about McCaffrey. I think this is a cool opportunity and a great matchup.
You expect him to play more because he has not been playing that much.
He doesn't really have a choice at this point.
He played like 70% of the snaps last week. If I remember correctly. Did he not? Let me double check my notes. You might be. No, you're right. No, dude. Let me see.
He played 38.5% of the snaps.
Right. That was last week.
That's every week. Every week. He's 4 weeks in a row.
No, not week 3.
Yes.
No, that's not what I have.
And you're looking at special teams too.
When week 3, I Aizer statted it. Week 3, when Debo wasn't on the field because Debo didn't even play half the game, McCaffrey had an 83% route run.
Okay. Well, that's a great Aizer stat. I mean, that's exactly what we need to know.
Right. And so it's one example of McCaffrey getting a lot of playing time. I'd be shocked if they didn't play McCaffrey even 50% of the routes. He's been good.
He's been good. I mean, he hasn't been that good. He gets 2.
No, it's not like he's been good when he's been given the opportunity, and he should get an opportunity today.
He should. So speaking of that, reminded me of another stat that I really overlooked this, and I don't know that anyone's really picking up Cameron Johnson for the Bucs, but all I did was look at the second half snaps when Ibuka was out, and he played enough. He played most of the snaps, but I should have looked at the first half snaps when Ibuka played because Cameron Johnson barely played in the first half. And you figure Ibuka's mostly an outside guy right now. Evans comes in and plays that role. My thought is Cameron Johnson is probably the last one that you want to pick up in Tampa Bay, assuming Evans is in and Ibuka is out. So I just want to bring that up because I had been kind of pro Cameron Johnson, as a deep flyer kind of guy. I'm like completely out on him. ESPN's Adam Schefter reporting that Josh Jacobs is a true game time decision. So you should know that. In fact, we can do a little bit of a reset in a few minutes here, go over some of the headlines here. Vidal or Brian Thomas Jr. and Bourne or Luke McCaffrey?
BTJ and Bourne.
Vidal and Bourne.
Worthy or Vidal?
I think I have Worthy higher.
Interesting. I think I'd go Vidal. What's to stop me from starting him? Why isn't he a great start this week against the Colts?
I think he's a good start this week against the Colts. I think Worthy could potentially be a great start this week against the Raiders. So I like both.
I just want to see what happens with Worthy. I'm starting Worthy, but I want to see what happens with Rashee Rice back. See how much it affects him.
Oh, I'm sure it will affect him to a degree, but this is also a situation where Vidal, you showed us once what you can do, but you did it against, the most favorable matchup possible. And now you're getting, it's a tougher matchup. Indianapolis is a tougher team, and we don't know if the splits will be exactly the same or if Vidal will be as effective, if he'll still catch a bunch of passes. So I want to exercise some caution with Vidal. And this is one where I think it's easy to do that.
All right. So this question here, I guess the only thing I want to know is, do you also have Josh Jacobs? So because the question is Ertz or McCaffrey. I could also play Tedero McMillan if Jacobs is out. I don't think he has Jacobs the way I read it. But I only asked that because if you want to start McMillan, McMillan's at 1 o'clock and Ertz and McCaffrey are at 4 o'clock. So it changes things. But I would go Ertz.
Yeah.
You would go Ertz instead of McCaffrey.
Right.
I would go Ertz instead of McCaffrey. I would go Ertz instead of McMillan. Is that crazy?
I don't see him mentioning anything about Tet in his question.
I'd also play Tet, but scared about Sauce.
Oh, I see it. Reading is fundamental, kids.
I mean, look, Ertz does have more upside this week than Tedero McMillan in my mind. So, yeah, I think I'm with you, Adam.
Especially if you have Jacobs, because then at least you give yourself the opportunity to start Jacobs if Jacobs plays. You can't just play Tedero McMillan and remove all chance of the 4 o'clock guys. Sit 1, Adams, Collins, Rice, Sutton. Ooh. Yikes.
I'm going to double check my rankings on this
sitting
one.
Rice.
You know, Bennett,
Rice,
Bennett, you have some nerve showing up here in week 7. When people are asking us, do I start Luke McCaffrey, Chris Moore? You're like, do I sit Rashee Rice? Some nerve, Bennett.
I'm going to read off my wide receiver rankings 9 through 12. Nico, Rice, Sutton, Adams. Back to back to back to back. Adams is the odd man out.
Yeah, for me, I'm sitting Rice.
I'm going to sit Rice too, but obviously we like all of them.
Yes.
But, first game, and we Nico scares me a little bit, but hopefully they get him involved. No Christian Kirk. That might help a little. Do I flex J.K. Dobbins, Jordan Addison, or Travis Etienne?
Dobbins.
Full PPR, I think I have Etienne the highest of the 3. Let me double check. No, I have Dobbins the highest, but they're all very close to each other again.
Yeah.
Close calls all around.
Yeah, look, the Rams have a very good run defense, 3.7 yards per carry. So that works against Etienne.
And no touchdowns allowed so far.
That's right. What works for Etienne, though, is he has 9 targets in his last 2 games, and that's with Brenton Strange out and Trevor Lawrence not throwing it all to his tight ends. So just something to think about. But you got an Etienne from Dave and a Dobbins from Jamey.
No, it's Dobbins.
Oh, Dobbins from both.
I have Dobbins a spot higher than Etienne. Yeah.
All right. Stroud, Lawrence, or Justin Fields?
Oh, yeah.
Fields for me.
I think I have Lawrence the highest.
All right. Oh, very similar. Fields, Stroud, or Darnold?
Darnold.
Fields for me.
Dobbs or Keenan Allen? Non-PPR.
Dobbs.
Dobbs and none.
Ooh, man, this DST. Yikes. This is the Chris Moore or Josh Reynolds. Jets or Niners?
Play against Michael Penix without his left tackle.
Can you get the Bears? If you can't get the Bears, I like the Jets.
Is Jake Matthews out?
Didn't practice all week.
Okay. All right. So 49ers for Jamey, Jets for Dave, but see if you can get the Bears. Would you take a shot on the Giants over those?
Yes. Over those DSTs, yes.
Yeah.
Is Carter playing? I like the Bears the best.
Me too.
Oh, you know what? Go to Falcons.
Ooh, if you can get the Falcons, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. All right. It's 9 o'clock. We got another 25 minutes or so left here, and then another episode from noon to 1. And my, oh my, do I have some lineup decisions to make. I mean, it is a tough week, especially with this Emmanuel Wilson thing and trying to figure out a way to have the option of getting him in the lineup. So yeah, we'll, join us from noon to 1 or noon to about 12:55 Eastern as we do this again. Let's go over the headlines for those of you just joining us here. The weather is a little bit of a concern, but not a huge concern in Cleveland and Chicago. So that is Dolphins, Browns, and Saints, Bears. It's going to be a little rainy. It's going to be rainy in other spots too, but there's going to be some wind issues. And
New Jersey, there's going to be some wind issues. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but it looks like at the MetLife Stadium, there's going to be some wind there too.
There goes field throwing.
You know what? You're right. That could certainly make the Jets stick to their running game plan even more.
And the Panthers.
And the Panthers. It might not matter how many carries Rico or Chuba takes away from Rico. They both might get like 10,000 carries each.
Oh man, what a big storyline! This Panthers backfield, Chiefs wide receivers. These are things I'm definitely keeping a big eye on. Can the
How
Eagles?
big of an eye? Wow!
You ever seen Lord of the Rings? That big. Anyway, they're not downgrading guys too much based on the weather. The kickers they're not interested in. Waller, Dave, you said you downgraded Waller, right?
I did. Yes, I like Ertz better.
Yeah, Ertz is a big riser as both Deebo Samuel and Terry McLaurin are out. We are not expecting Emeka Ibuka. It is possible he plays. We are expecting Mike Evans. Where's Mike Evans in your rankings, guys?
Low end number
Top
2
15.
receiver.
What'd you say, Jamey?
Top 15.
Okay. The best replacement options. I won't speak for you guys because I don't remember everything you said, but who are your favorite replacement options? Dave?
Whittington and Atwell are going to be at the top of the list for me. If you can't get them or you're watching this after the London game started, I like McCaffrey for his upside a little bit more than Chris Moore. And I think those guys are widely available. You can pick up one of those 2 receivers.
Shepard's my favorite, then Io Manor, then Atwell, and then the Commanders guys.
Okay. And other big things. Josh Jacobs. The Josh Jacobs situation is the biggest. What'd you say?
I said it's a huge thing.
Yeah. 4:25 p.m. Eastern game. Emmanuel Wilson is 18% rostered, although that seems to be climbing because every 5 seconds my phone vibrates and someone in one of the FFT Open leagues picked up Emmanuel Wilson. But a lot of people are going to be picking him up for sure. So if he starts, if Jacobs is out, first of all, if Jacobs is out, how confident are we that Wilson is going to get a big workload?
If Jacobs is out, how confident so it's Chris Brooks, right? Christopher Brooks is their other guy.
He will definitely take work away.
I would imagine that Wilson's going to get as close to the Josh Jacobs workload as we can get for a backup running back. So 80% of it, 85% of his work.
I would go lower than that. I'd ballpark it at like 70% of the touches max.
Okay. But that's a lot. But okay,
there's no question. I don't know if he A, dominates touches, or B, like dominates with yardage and touchdowns and stuff like that. I'm not sure how the roles would shake out. It's something that I'd have to double check on.
Okay. Well, the thing is, you could double check, but you wouldn't know, right? It's still going to be a guess.
Right. But if I recall correctly,
he's going to be worth using. He's going to be worth using.
There's no question he will be worth using. And I believe that it happened in week 3 or 4, Wilson overtook Brooks on the depth chart. And he was the number 2 back. He was getting the second most playing time behind Jacobs.
And he's been good.
Right. So I think it's going to be Wilson first, Brooks second. I don't know how the roles would shake out exactly, but I think Wilson would see the majority. 70% might be too high.
Yeah, I'll take the over.
Thomas, I'm going to ask you to do me a favor, if you wouldn't mind, Mr. Producer. I have some commissioner issues going on right now. I got to email a couple of leagues. If you could maybe throw up some questions for Dave and Jamey. Dave, if you want to read them, or Jamey, whatever.
I don't care.
I'll be right back in a few moments.
All right. Rico or White? And then Luke or Mooney? Do we know about Mooney, Jamey? Have you heard anything about Mooney playing?
I haven't heard anything yet. Definitive. Yeah. I think he's game time decision. Rashad White easy, and then I'd go Luke.
Okay. I'm with you on that. Adam is handsome. Next. Okay, star 1 in PPR. Marvin Harrison Jr. or Jerry Jeudy?
Harrison.
And then I would go Marvin. Waller or Otten?
Waller.
Agreed. Next one. Adam, Jamey, and Dave, the best trio in sports. Who could disagree with that? RJ Harvey or Tyjae Spears, full PPR? I think we're going to both say Spears.
Yes, but depending on what your roster situation is, I may drop Spears and pick up Wilson if you can.
That's interesting.
And
yeah,
and go that route just because Harvey plays at 4. Not that, I mean, look, Spears could be good. They're going to change some things offensively. They talked about that. But if you need to win and Wilson starts, like that's a much better play.
100% we'd start Wilson if we knew that he was playing over Spears. All right, next question. Dave Richards, the GOAT. Dave, how do you feel about Ramondre over T-Mac at flex and non-PPR? I don't love it.
Agreed.
Any Achane concerns in a tough one? No. He's going to have, I don't think he'll have great efficiency running unless he breaks a long play, but I could see him getting like 7 screen passes and breaking a couple of those, attacking the edge of the Browns. I could see that happening. So Achane's a must start.
Yeah. The only place I would not play him is in DFS.
And I know, Jamie, you're not a big fan of Tet this week. Would you start Ramondre over McMillan in non-PPR?
That's getting too cute. Even in non-PPR.
Do you feel like you've done a good job this year? Let's get to the next question up. But real quick, earlier this year, you nailed it when Travion Henderson scored for the Patriots. Do you see this as a week where Travion could maybe be the better back against the Titans, knowing just how that Titans defense is?
I hope so. I mean, they're missing some guys in their front 7, and there's an opportunity for both these guys to play well. I'm trying to think. There's one league where I'm struggling with Ramondre. Oh, it's Ramondre versus. It's actually 2 leagues. I'm struggling with Jalen Coker in one league over Henderson and Coker over Ramondre. And I think I'm going to play the Patriots running backs just based on the matchup and the weather potential in New Jersey. So give Coker a week to see what he looks like. But that's kind of where I'm at with those guys. Like McMillan to me I wouldn't get too cute with it. But I do think there's a chance for both Patriots running backs. There's a chance for one of the Patriots running backs to have success. Because I do think if Vrabel has the opportunity to stick it to his former team, he's going to do so.
Yeah. Yeah.
And in whatever capacity that manifests itself. But they keep talking about trying to get their run game going. This is the perfect opportunity to do so. And so can they throw to score, run to win, and maybe one of these guys has a chance. So I'm hoping it's Henderson, but it wouldn't shock me if it's Stevenson.
Hey, can I jump in here? Because Henderson.
No, you're not. You cannot jump in here.
Henderson versus the replacement wide receivers. Like, how do you feel about those guys?
Again, I think it comes down to, when you look at your roster, like where you think the more upside play is, because we're talking about probably a flex. I don't think you're going to, you're definitely talking about flex if you're talking about Henderson versus the receivers. So there's a lot more upside with some of these replacement guys. Like Tutu Atwell, in an hour, we may be saying, why didn't I play him? Because he had a 60-yard touchdown. Or Whittington may have 5 catches in the first half. Like there's certainly opportunities for these guys. The Bucs receivers, if Ibuka doesn't play, and certainly if Evans doesn't play. But I do think there's a chance for one of the Patriots guys. But we've been saying this now for a few times. Like, oh, here's an opportunity. Oh, Gibson's out. Now one of these, It just feels like we keep waiting for something that may never happen, which sucks. I would probably just say, okay, the floor is the safer for the Patriots running backs. The ceiling is probably much higher for a guy like Luke McCaffrey or Tutu Atwell than there is for those guys. Especially
if it's full PPR. Poor Panchito has been sitting waiting for 2 minutes to have his question answered while we've gone on this rant on the Patriots running backs. Brian Thomas Jr., George Pickens, DeAndre Swift, Jordan Mason, pick 2 in PPR.
I would go with. I think we answered this one already. To be honest,
did we? I think we did.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
I would go with Pickens and Mason.
So for 2 minutes, we had a question that we already answered. Mark Anthony, love your music. Who would you drop? Rashid Shaheed, Wandale, Golden, Addison, or Moore in full PPR? To me, it comes down to Moore or Shaheed. I kind of want to drop both of them, but I think Shaheed is the safer drop of the 2.
I would drop Shaheed too. I did hear something about would the Bears consider trading DJ Moore?
The answer is
interesting because you say yes though, but this is a team that's now put themselves in playoff contention. And do you want to shake up the locker room by trading a veteran that I would guess still has a lot of favor in that room?
Oh, that's true.
Plus, he's the veteran of that group. So do you want to? Now look, they get a first, they get 2 seconds, they get something that's overwhelming. You're probably trading.
They're definitely not getting that in exchange for DJ Moore. They'll be
you say that, but you never know.
First?
The first, no. But I'm just saying, I was making the point like something overwhelming.
Sure, if they get something overwhelming, they'll make the deal. You're right. If they're in playoff contention, then I think they'll hang on to DJ Moore, but he's got a very tradable contract. It was a topic amongst the media in Chicago when I was there this summer. All right, J-Mo or Woody Marks? Jamie, did you decide on doing a second start of the week? Jamie, you shaved. I just now noticed that you shaved.
I did. I said J-Mo. I didn't write it.
You're not writing it? Okay.
No.
And JMO's got more upside than Woody Marks this week, Lorenzo. LeBron is the GOAT. We will disagree on that. Best breakfast sandwich, rice or Pickens PPR? When I have breakfast, I like to have some rice sometimes. It's a nice carb to get the energy going. So I would have rice over pickles for breakfast. Jamey, how about you? Rice or pickles? Which do you prefer for?
I'd go Pickens.
Breakfast? Okay. Would you all go Baker over Daniels? I would. Both have questions at wide receiver. That's true.
Baker.
Yeah, but Baker's who we like better. Rice, Luke McCaffrey, or Adam?
Oh. Rice.
Right.
Correct.
All right, I can hop back in here.
Okay.
Sorry, thank you guys for.
Can I go through some of my lineups real quick? Do you mind?
Well, that's not what I was doing, Dave. But yes, absolutely, you can.
Thank you.
I had messed up a setting in one of the leagues, or three of my leagues, where I did not have the players must be on IR to be in an IR spot thing checked. Atwell or Dobbs?
I think I
Dobbs.
Is DJ Giddens worth having as a Jonathan Taylor manager?
If you have the roster space, but there's no guarantee he's the next man up.
Mac Jones, Trevor Lawrence, Sam Darnold, or CJ Stroud?
I'll go Mac Jones.
Okay. I think I would go with Sam Darnold. It's not like you don't have great matchups in any of these, unfortunately. Would you hold Trey Benson or Joe Mixon on IR? Benson for sure. We don't know that Mixon's coming back at all.
Yeah, without a doubt, it's Benson.
Jackson Dart or Spencer Rattler in Superflex?
I'd go Dart.
Okay. Okay. Let's go Dart. Waddle, Evans, AJ, or Ladd? We need two.
Waddle and Evans.
Would you start Evans, Kamara, or Swift? Pick two.
Bench Kamara.
Want to hear a fun Kamara stat?
Sure.
Alvin Kamara, if you remove touchdowns in full PPR, Alvin Kamara is averaging more points on just yards per game than Ashton Genty.
Wow.
He averages 10.6 PPR fantasy. You heard that, Dave? Kamara averages 10.6 PPR fantasy points per game on yards alone. The problem is he's only scored one touchdown. And now Taysom Hill's doing that. Tutu Atwell or Chris Moore, half PPR?
I'd go Tutu.
Jordan Mason or Rashad White?
Rashad.
Xavier Worthy or Tedero McMillan?
Worthy.
Okay, yeah. I am so nervous about McMillan. I mean, maybe I'm crazy, but I just feel like this could be like an 8-point game for him. Anyone else give you the willies this week?
Besides McMillan?
Yeah.
Every Titans player.
Yeah, Pollard, Bam Knight. Like I have to start an RB2 in full PPR, Bam Knight or Michael Carter or Tyjae Spears, and I cannot make that decision. It's like Knight's probably going to get one catch.
I have two funny stories for you from last night. So Heath and I were at a bar mitzvah together.
I heard.
And two things. One, so the Packers report comes over about Jacobs, and I'm going through my leagues trying to pick up Emmanuel Wilson, and found him in one. Just looked at my bench, and the first name that I saw that I didn't love, just because their bye week's coming up, was Bam Knight. Dropped Bam Knight. Didn't realize that I had Kittle coming off IR, and I was carrying 3 tight ends. So I dropped Bam Knight instead of just dropping Ingram.
Yeah.
And then so I got there shockingly a few minutes late because my son decided to hit a baseball through our neighbor's window.
No.
Oh yeah. So I got there a few minutes late. I walk in, and Heath is in the back row. I'm next to Heath. So they're going through the prayers, whatever. Now, mind you, I'm Jewish. Heath is not. They're going through the prayers. Probably 30 minutes in, Heath goes, we're in the wrong book. We're reading the wrong prayer book. There's 2 prayer books.
You couldn't figure that out?
I really wasn't paying attention.
Yeah. Why are there 2? They make it so difficult for you, Dave. Way to go, Heath. We're
Yeah.
figuring that
Well,
out.
no, not way to go, Heath. Heath was sitting there for 30 minutes more than me in the wrong
Oh,
book.
oh, wow. That's so funny.
But I should have figured it out.
Right. You should have been the one to tell him.
By the way, windows are expensive. Hunter or wait for Ibuka, and he could pick up Shepard or Cam Johnson.
I would wait for Ibuka and play Shepard. Because I look, Shepard's role is not going to change. With Godwin not there, he's going to be on the field a lot.
True.
He doesn't do anything, right? Like, it's not like he's good.
I would think that if Ibuka doesn't play or is on a snap count or is limited or anything like that, that could lead to a couple more targets for Sterling Shepard. But
you say that, Adam. I agree. But it's Detroit with a banged up secondary.
Right. I was about to get into that. Yeah.
As soon as I said it, this is like, I shouldn't have said that.
He does have 11 plus PPR points in 2 of his last 4 without a touchdown. So there's been some opportunities there for him to be a little bit more. I'm not expecting a 20 point per game from Shepard, but can he get you 14? I think that's realistic.
Okay, here. Yeah, no, right. I shouldn't have said that. It was wrong. I think I don't think I'd drop Travis Hunter. I mean, he is droppable, and he is going into his bye. So I don't know who you have to drop to get Shepard or Cam Johnson, but I don't know. I don't think I'd drop Hunter for Shepard, because if Hunter goes off, they want to get him more involved. They're trying. If he has a big game,
it's true. We're seeing it trend that way.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. We got about 7 minutes left, so try and answer as many as we can here. Cup, Harvey, Knight, or Charbonnet?
Wow, it's gross, but it's full PPR. I'd go Cup.
Oh, yeah.
Start a tight end and a flex and half PPR. Just thinking about the face Dave was making. Kate Otten, Mason Taylor, Sterling Shepard, or Luke McCaffrey?
I would take Taylor at tight end, and I would take McCaffrey in the flex.
Give me both tight ends.
Okay.
No, you know what, though? The easy answers. Mason Taylor and then one of the Bucks. So see what happens with whoever's in, whoever's out.
Okay. And you better hope Ibuka doesn't play, because if he does, you're not going to want Otten or Shepard most. Maybe in that atmosphere, in that environment.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Rico, Camaro, Sterling Shepard, or Terror McMillan. PPR. Start
Rawr. Panthers.
The first 2 running backs.
Okay. Lawrence,
Panthers.
Lawrence, Young, or Gabriel? Rank them.
You did.
Gabriel's dead last on that list. I will go with Lawrence.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, Gabriel has the Dolphins, though, right?
Along with a small arm and lots of wind and no great receivers. But he does have Harold Fannin.
Yeah. Okay. Jalen Waddle or Brian Thomas Jr.?
BTJ.
Waddle.
When you say BTJ over Waddle, Dave, does that have anything to do with the weather?
It has everything to do with the weather.
Okay.
And a little bit to do with Tua being under pressure. But yeah, normal circumstances, Waddle would be higher.
Yeah, Waddle, I mean, if you have Jalen Waddle, you should be pretty pumped about the future of your team, unless they bench Tua or something.
Well, I do think, there's a lot of trade rumors. I like the fact that Mike McDaniel said they're not trading him, but you wonder if McDaniel and Greer are gone and this is a player that can get an overwhelming offer for. And
that's true.
Does ownership and whoever's advising the owner say we have to take this and just completely redo everything?
Yeah, it has to be an overwhelming offer. He's a good young wide receiver with a contract. He's locked up.
Yep.
So
it's a pricey contract. I got to see what it looks like if they trade him.
It is, but like every wide receiver gets that.
It looks like it's favorable for the Dolphins salary cap if they trade him.
Tutu Atwell, Luke McCaffrey, Sterling Shepard, or DJ or Chris Moore. I'm guessing that is.
Could be DJ.
Could be either one.
Yeah,
I like Atwell the best.
Yeah, I'd play Atwell.
I keep saying this about Atwell. I don't know if it will happen. He is a big play guy. He had the 7th highest explosive play rate among wide receivers last year with 50 or more targets. And the Jaguars are one of the worst teams in giving up big plays. They give up a lot of them. Stafford, Darnold, or Caleb.
One thing I do like about Atwell is not only what we saw from him last year in the games where Puka and Cup were missing because targets were not necessarily huge. 5 or more targets, he was 11 PPR points or more in every game. But I go back to when they signed Atwell at the owners' meetings. The Rams media was like, "Why did you give this guy $10 million?" And he's like, "I have not done a good enough job of getting him on the field, and we have not seen that. Now you have the opportunity to get him on the field. Like this should be not feature to Atwell when you have Devontae Adams and Kyron Williams, but it should be get him some involvement, and then he could just say, "See, this is why I paid him $10 million," and he has every reason to justify what they did.
Uh-oh. I have an illegal lineup. I need a minute. Sorry.
Bad boy. Caleb Williams is my favorite amongst these three in full PPR.
Yeah. If it was non-PPR, I might go somewhere else. But
there you go. Yeah, good call. We answered that one already, Thomas. We differ on it. I like BTJ. Jamie likes Waddle. Luke McCaffrey, Kendrick Bourne, Wandale, Travion, David Montgomery, or Wilson. Emmanuel Wilson, full PPR. Do you wait this out? I think that's the plan. If there's no Josh Jacobs,
you have the easy way to do it with Kendrick Bourne. So Bourne, just handcuff Bourne and Wilson.
Right. So if Josh Jacobs is out, Wilson is in your lineup. If Josh Jacobs is in, Kendrick Bourne is in your lineup. Nice options to pick from. Tubo Rika Lugan, Evans, Kamara, or Swift. Pick 2 in full PPR. I would sit Alvin from these 3.
Great.
Next up, flex Atwell or Romeo Dobbs. I like Dobbs over Atwell.
I would go Dobbs over Atwell too.
It's nice that we agree. Mac Jones, Trevor Lawrence, Sam Darnold, or CJ Stroud. The agreeing ends. I like Darnold. I think it's a tough matchup. I admit it, but he's been playing well. I think he's got like good floor, just like all these quarterbacks do. Modest ceiling. Jamie, you're going to go Lawrence?
Mac Jones.
Okay. I get it. Mason or White in PPR? That's Rashad White for me.
White.
Rice or McConkey in half PPR? I'll take Rashee Rice.
Yep.
Next up, Waller or George Little? I do not know who George Little is, but I do know a guy named George Vittle, and I would start George Vittle. We're taking Kittle over Waller.
I'll take George Big.
Okay.
Guys, should I start Atwell over Jawan Jennings?
Yes. Marvin Harrison Jr. or Wilson if he plays. Like, do you like Emmanuel Wilson that much where you would start him over Marvin with Brissett?
I would.
I don't think I would. I think I'd go with Harrison.
All right.
Baker or May. I have Baker higher, but I do like both. That sounded like a song. Okay.
ETN or Waddle?
You can read if you want.
Yeah, ETN or Waddle?
Waddle.
Ramondre Stevenson or Ken Walker?
Ken Walker.
I'd go with
Walker.
Yeah, Walker.
Chuba Hubbard or Travion Henderson? Oh.
Travion.
Chuba and a Travion. All right. I don't know if we're going to get this in time, but we need 2 in full PPR. Travis Hunter, Spears, Chubbard, McCaffrey.
The receivers.
I would go with...
And Diggs for the other question.
Chuba and McCaffrey.
Luke McCaffrey or Kendrick Bourne?
Bourne. That's a complicated name that guy has.
Oh, I didn't see it. Harrison Jr. or Brian Thomas Jr.?
Marvin.
Marvin.
Tedero McMillan or George Kittle in standard scoring?
George
Kittle in any format.
Keenan Allen or Worthy? Worthy?
He's already starting Rice, though, so do you want to split that up?
Yes, I do. Worthy.
Okay.
Or yes, I don't. No, I don't want to split it up.
Tutu or Bourne?
Kendrick Bourne, especially if it's PPR.
Johnston or Judy?
Quentin Johnston.
Wilson or Tony Pollard if Jacobs were out?
Wilson.
Pollard at 1:00?
Yes.
So what the heck are you supposed to do here?
You got to play Pollard.
Yeah, I guess so. That's
unless you have somebody else at 4.
I don't want to drop Pollard.
Vidal or ETN?
I think I have ETN higher.
Vidal.
All right. And that feels like a good place to end it. because we got another 55 minutes of advice for you beginning at noon to get you ready for kickoff. And then we'll be back with our 7:30, 7:40-ish show, whatever it is, on Sunday night. So thanks so much for watching. Hit like on the way out if you enjoyed the show. We'd appreciate it. And we'll talk to you soon. Enjoy the game in London. See ya.